Hello and welcome. Welcome to the third in the series looking at ships from the 15th anniversary bundle. This video we're taking a look at the Theseus Prototype. We'll be taking a look at the Vanity shields available from the Dilithium store during certain events of the year, and also the only one currently available in the Zen store. Now, I've decided to do the prototype first, and I did pick the alternative nacelles on this one, just to keep with the TMP era theme of the bundle. But I will be doing a video on the original Theseus model as well in the near future. In the description down below, you'll find chapters for the video. All the shields are chaptered in there. Also numerous links that I'll cover off at the end of the video. One in particular though I'd like to mention just before we start with the shield visuals is CasualSab's GoFundMe page. He's needing some help for his mum. If you could take a few moments, visit the page, have a read through, and if you're able to and want to, help him out a bit. So let's get cracked on with the video. So first up, we are looking at the Alliance Vanity Shield, which is currently the only shield available in the Zen store. The shield comes as part of the Khitomer Alliance bundle, along with a uniform and an upgrade. For the shield itself, we have the white hull material with the grey and gold shading. A lovely pattern cyan deflector array. You can see the gold and grey there on the nacelles, as well as the side of the ship as we rotate through. Then for the impulse engine there, it's red through orange, yellow to white and back again. And then with the nacelles, we have the cyan lighting. As I look down, you see this red striping, the gold and the grey there, and this cyan illumination here at the rear. And the other thing with this shield is it does actually have a textured pattern within the white, depending if the light hits it correctly. It's the standard pattern that we see on the Alliance vessels, so it's triangles that reflect different shades of colour. Now here on the underside again we've got some more of that gold and the grey shading, same there on the lower dome, and then just the red striping there as well. Moving on to the Dilithium store now, and this is a Safe Galaxy Refit Vanity Shield. Now this two-tone grey patterned hull material, almost like a urban camouflage to it. I have the golden deflector there. You see some more of that lighter grey there on the nacelles. Then we have the gold there for the impulse engine, and the lighter gold there on the nacelles. This is designed to give you a vessel the look of the Confederation starships that we've seen in the first couple of episodes of Season 2 of Star Trek Picard. Some of this light yellow lighting here at the rear, some more touches of the lighter grey as well. And with the same here on the underside. Here we have a very popular shield in the game. This is the Bowl Vanity Shield. So with this black hull material, and with this cyan lighting effect going right around the inner ring there. The red does pop nicely against this darker hull material. Touch of the cyan lighting there at the edge of the saucer. Now I have these two circle pattern there with cyan lighting for the deflector. You can see that red does stand out nicely against this material. Then, I've said this numerous times that red impulse engine is my favourite impulse engine visual of any of the shields in the game. You see the cyan lighting there on the cells. Let's look down. All the cyan lighting there around the centre part of the saucer, and same here at the rear. Then you can make out that etched pattern in the hull material as well. Then on the underside there, we've got a touch more of that cyan lighting. Then we've got that etched pattern there going around the inner part of the saucer. Touch of it there as well, and on the pylons also. Next up, it's the Borg Vanity Shield. This gives your vessel the look of liberated Borg vessels. We have a grey patterned hull material made up of various shapes and sizes of hull plates. Then you see this inner ring here. So we've got a black conduit material, and with some blue lighting on top of it, and some of the gold and orange lighting as well. So that's to give the appearance of parts of the ship missing hull plates. Same here on the front of the saucer. Then we've got this lovely blue patterned deflector array there. Again, more of that conduit material effect on the pylons and side of the ship there as we rotate through. Then we have the blue there for the impulse engine. Some more of that conduit material there on the neck. Then we've got the blue that tapers off to grey on the nacelles. And again, more of that conduit material at the back of the nacelles there. Let's look down, we've got the blue illumination there at the rear. You can see the full extent of that conduit material as well. And we're the same here on the underside. Next up, it's the Courier Vanity Shield, so not to be confused with the new Breen one. So this light grey hull material, and depending on how the light hits it, it looks like bare steel. It's quite bright, so just prepare yourselves. A touch of black shading as well here. This white almost target pattern for your deflector array, somewhere for your enemies to aim at. Then we have the white impulse engines there, and same for the nacelle, very bright. And then we see that pattern effect and just how bright it is when the light hits it. Some of the white lighting there at the rear. And with the same here on the underside. Here we have the Discovery Vanity Shield. So this shield has two different visual appearances depending on your faction alignment. So for Federation aligned, you get the look of Starfleet vessels in Season 1 of Discovery. We have this two-tone grey patterned hull material. See this bluish white pattern going right round the inner part of the saucer there, and touches on the outside there as well. Then we have this white deflector array with these blue spokes on it and greyed out in the centre. touch more of that bluish white illumination there. Then we have the red honeycomb pattern there, the impulse engines, and blue on the nacelles. And we've got some more of the blue illumination here at the rear, and then you see that two-tone with the pattern effect in the lighter grey areas as well. And the same here on the underside. And here we have the Discovery Vanity Shield on a Klingon Alien character. So we've got the brown patterned hull material. We have this orange, yellow and white patterned deflector array at the front there. Then we've got this, believe it or not, yellow patterned impulse engine, even with the forced red lighting on it. Then we see on the nacelles there, we've got these pattern shapes with the orange, yellow and white. And so down you can see the full extent of that pattern effect on the hull material. And with the same here on the underside. Here we have the Discovery Refit Vanity Shield. So a darker two-tone grey material. We have this lovely blue and touch of white patterned deflector array. See the different shades of material there on the nacelles. We have the red striped effect for the impulse engines, then the blue and a touch of white there for the nacelle colouring. Then we've got the white with a touch of blue lighting here at the rear. Different shades there on the pylons as well for the hull material. And with the same here on the underside. Here we have the Emerald Chain Vanity Shield. That's brown patterned hull material. That's greyish white pattern for the deflector array there. The texture pattern there on the nacelle. We have the greyish white again for the impulse engines and also for the nacelle colouring as well. Again, more of that greyish white illumination here at the rear. Then on the inside, more of that patterned hull material and the textured material there as well. Here we have the Emperor's Vanity Shield. Look at this grey hull material. You see this touch of purple shading here. Then you might be able to faintly make out the blue illuminated dot pattern that's throughout the hull material, almost like a starfield kind of effect. I have some of this orange and white illumination here at the front. Now with this lovely orange patterned deflector array. I see some of that purple shading there on the nacelle. More of that blue illuminated dot pattern. You can make it out a bit clearer here in the shaded areas. Then we have the cyan there for the impulse engine, and the deep yellow there for the nacelle colouring. And there's a good view of that blue illuminated dot pattern there. Then more of that purple shading and some yellow and orange illumination here at the rear. Touch of orange there as well. Let's look at the underside. Whilst it's shaded from the light source, again you can see that blue illuminated pattern throughout the full hull material. Then the underside, some more touches of that purple shading there. Here we have the Ferengi Vanity shield. So we have the orange hull material that we've seen on Ferengi vessels in the TV shows. Also got some gold shading and touches of grey shading as well. This deep yellow and grey deflector pattern here. See the illumination there on the lights. More of the gold shading there on the nacelle. With that dark yellow pattern there for the impulse engines, and slightly lighter yellow for the nacelles. And so down we see this rivet pattern material as well. And you can see the pattern with the different shades of orange there also. Then more of the yellow illumination here at the rear. Then on the underside, more of that orange patterned material with the rivet detail in it, and more of the gold shading as well. Here we have the Hur'q Vanity shield. So this green hull material with some purple shading, and then this illuminated green pattern as well. Then you see the black shading creating a pattern effect on the hull material in the inner part of the saucer there. Then we have the patterned illuminated green deflector array there. See some more of that illuminated green pattern here in the neck. So green illumination here on the side, and there's that illuminated green pattern there going round the outer part of the saucer. Again, more of that material there on the nacelle and the pylons there. Then we have green for the impulse and for the nacelle colouring. You see this illuminated green pattern on the shuttle bay there. So down, again we're seeing that shady pattern effect on the hull material at several points. Then the green illumination here at the rear, more of that purple shading as well. Then the underside, again quite a bit more of that shading for the pattern effect, more of that illuminated green material as well, and more of the purple shading also. So here we have the Kelvin Divergence Vanity shield. So like the Discovery one, this has two different visual appearances depending on your faction alignment. So for Federation aligned, we get the look of Starfleet vessels in the reboot films. We have this grey patterned hull material, touch of bronze colouring there. Then we have the blue patterned deflector array, very reminiscent of the Enterprise's deflector array in the reboot films. Then we have the red and orange patterned impulse engine there, and the blue and white for the nacelles. And thankfully, because of the nacelle option I've chosen for this model, we don't have to suffer the awful Bizarre collector effect of this shield. At the rear here we've got some more of the blue and white illumination. Then on the underside, just more of that grey patterned hull material. This is the Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield on a Klingon Line character. We've got various shades of green for the hull material and some grey shading as well. Got this lovely red patterned deflector array. Got the red honeycomb pattern there on the impulse engine. And then for the nacelles, we've got the blue honeycomb pattern as well. And we've got some of the blue and red lighting here at the rear. See the grey there in the shuttle bay. And with the same here on the underside. Next up, we're looking at the Prodigy Vanity Shield. And this lovely grey hull material. I have this very bright orange and white deflector pattern here. Yeah, bit of the pattern detail there on the nacelle. Then we have a red stripe pattern for the impulse engine and the vibrant blue there for the nacelle colouring. Then we've got the blue and orange lighting effects here at the rear. Then just more of that nice grey hull material there on the underside. Another popular shield in the game is the Section 31 Vanity Shield. This dark hull material with a checkered pattern throughout it, and a slightly lighter tone hull material as well. Have this lovely cyan blue pattern on the deflector array. Yeah, and the red standing out quite nice against the darker hull material. Then we have a very vibrant red honeycomb patterned impulse engine and the very bright cyan nacelles there. More of the cyan lighting there at the rear, then the two-tone for the hull material. And we'll also have a bit of a stripe pattern material there as well. And the same here on the underside. Here we have the Shrike Vanity Shield. We've got this reddish orange hull material with some grey shading as well. And then this burgundy colour also. Then we have the, I suppose, orangey yellow and red target there for your deflector. It's always nice to give them something to aim for. There's more of that grey shading and the burgundy shading there on the nacelles. Then we have that orange and red impulse engine effect there, and the orange for the nacelle colouring. And more of that orange and yellow illumination here at the rear. And a touch more of the grey shading there. Then we've got these illuminated triangles here on the inner part of the circle with the burgundy shading also. Here we have the Tzenkethi Vanity shield. So we've got green hull shading with this carved pattern to it. We've also got some grey shading there. Then this illuminated panel material. As you can see, quite a lot of it is pulsating away on top of the saucer just now. Same there around the outer edge of the saucer. Again, more of that pulsating effect. Then we have this lovely orange deflector array. Again, more pulsating lights here. Then we see some black shading here on the nacelle. We have the white there for the impulse engines and the nacelles. Then that illuminated panel with the pulsating effect on the shuttle bay. Now got some more white illumination here at the rear. Quite a bit more of that pulsating light effect. And some of that black shading also. And with the same here on the underside. And the last shield available in the Dilithium store at the moment is the Zhat Vash Vanity shield. So I have the olive green and sandy brown shading for the hull material. Touches of the green illumination there on the edges of the saucer. Then we have this very vibrant illuminated green patterned deflector array. Then we have the red there for the impulse engines and the very bright green for the nacelles. And then some more of that green illumination here at the rear. And as I always say with this shield, with the colours and the pattern, always puts me in mind of a army camouflage effect. And with the same here on the underside. And that concludes our look at the Theseus Prototype. So, as always, thank you all very much for watching. And do like and subscribe to the channel, as it does help the channel out. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there are numerous links in the description below. So I have my Real Merch affiliate link there, and the code is a one-time only code unfortunately now, and it'll get you 5% off your order at realmerch.com. I also have my social media, so my X and Blue Sky accounts are there. The Star Trek Online wiki is linked in there, as is the main Star Trek Online news blog. Then for other content, do check out CasualSab, NickNB or MC Stu. Their Twitch and YouTube links are there. The guys are very knowledgeable, extremely friendly in the Discords. They do a variety of content, news, reviews, Q&As, live streams, builds. So if you haven't already, check them out, drop them a like and a sub. And that is it from me. So until the next video or the next live stream, thanks again for watching.